At forward, number 10, Prosper Kasim. And at forward, number 7, Brian Wright. And that is the starting lineup for Birmingham Legion FC.
Thank you. One minute, copy that. Let's have a good one. Birmingham Legion FC have been one of the Eastern Conference's most exciting expansion franchises so far this season, but tonight they get a test from the top of the table as Indy 11 make their way to the Deep South for an exciting matchup in the USL Championship on this Friday night. There's a beautiful shot of tonight's venue, BBVA Field, right off the south side of downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Our host for this evening's matchup between Indy 11 and Birmingham Legion FC. Should be a fun one tonight. Welcome into our broadcast position, everybody. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Ebman. Excited to bring you this one. And Mike, two teams with playoff aspirations in the Eastern Conference, one at the top of the table, one fighting for its playoff life.
Really big game tonight for two different reasons. Indy looking for that home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and Birmingham working really hard to get into the playoffs.
Certainly, as we get a look at the Eastern Conference table as it stands coming into the night, of course, Indy 11 can move to number one on that table with a win or a result of any kind tonight. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion right there just above the playoff line, holding on to that 10th position, just a point above Charleston Battery, who are hot in pursuit. Should make for a fun playoff race going forward throughout the rest of this 4 to 5 week stretch that everybody has left. And as we look at our impact players tonight, let's start first with the visitors from Indy 11. They have been very good going forward, very good in possession, and a lot of that starts in midfield with Jose Garcia.
Jose Garcia is really a special player. He's got great touch, great skill all over the field, vision to see everybody everywhere. The more he touches the ball, the more success the Indy 11 have.
Indy 11 have been one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference for a reason. That midfield strength, certainly a key piece both going forward and providing cover in front of that back line defensively. On the other side for Birmingham Legion, last time we saw them here at home, Mike, they had a tough time breaking down St. Louis FC. Brian Wright's going to need to get going if they can produce up front tonight.
Brian Wright is a physical powerhouse up top. Tonight he's going to be by himself. He's missing his strike partner, J.J. Williams, who's out on yellow card suspension. But Brian's physically capable of dominating a game. He's going to have a tough challenge tonight.
Wright comes into the night with 4 goals and 4 assists so far in his appearances in Legion Black and Gold, hoping to produce and add to those numbers tonight. Well, the last time these two teams met up in Indianapolis, Indy 11 took a 3-0 result from Birmingham Legion FC, and it's results like that have propelled them to a chance at taking over first place in the Eastern Conference. Can Birmingham Legion pull the upset tonight? We'll find out coming up shortly.
BBVA, transforming banking to put the world's opportunities in your hands. BBVA Compass is now BBVA, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Welcome back to downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Just about ready to go between Indy 11 and Birmingham Legion FC. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. Time to look at each side starting 11s. And Mike, we'll begin with Indy 11. A couple of changes from a team that beat Bethlehem Steel at home, mostly on the right side.
Correa comes in at right midfield and Osmond at the right side of the back. Other than that, it's the same team that's been succeeding all year long with Jose Perez on the left and Newton in goal.
Newton's kept 9 clean sheets so far this year. That's tied for 5th in the championship. On the other side for Birmingham Legion, 3 changes from the team that fell to Nashville earlier this week. And the biggest change, Mike, perhaps no J.J. Williams up top there with Brian Wright.
Missing J.J. Williams is a big loss for this team, but Brian Wright's going to have to handle the load up there. The rest of the team has been solid all year. Asiadu comes back into defensive midfield, and of course Van Okel's been the man all season long. He's still in the goal.
Certainly the case, as Legion will go out with a bit of an untraditional formation than what we've seen from them throughout this 2019 campaign. There's a look at Indy 11 headman Martin Rennie in his 2nd season at the helm of this Indy 11 club. Probably best known for his stint at the helm of Vancouver Whitecaps when he was handed that head job by none other than the man on the opposite sideline tonight. Head coach Tom Sohn was the director of soccer operations in Vancouver when he turned over the head coaching duties on the touchline to Coach Rennie. Sohn, the 52-year-old, of course, in his 1st season at the helm of this expansion side here in the Magic City, Birmingham Legion FC. Our head referee tonight, Greg Dopka, the Illinois native, is making his 12th appearance as a center referee in this 2019 season. Only his 5th time seeing an Eastern Conference game, and the first time he'll see both Indy 11 and Birmingham Legion. And we are just about ready to go tonight. Indy 11 in their white chain strip with navy shorts and navy socks. Birmingham Legion, meanwhile, white shorts, white socks, but the attack black kit up top, as has become their regular tradition here at home at BBVA Field. Fans have filed in and continue to file in just a couple of ticks past the top of the hour, 7:06 Central Time. It'll be Indy 11 to get things underway. As we await the whistle from our referee, there it is, we are underway. Indy 11 with a chance to get to the top of the table uncontested. Birmingham Legion, meanwhile, trying to continue their playoff push. We're underway for the Magic City.
Big match tonight. Both teams really needing to come away with some points.
Legion at one point had a 9-match unbeaten streak that they took through the summer months, stormed back into playoff contention from near the bottom of the Eastern Conference. However, they've come into tonight dropping 2 in a row, one at home against St. Louis last Friday, and one earlier this week against Nashville. Lovely ball by Asidu, plays in Brian Wright, an early chance going forward for Legion. Wright gets it to his left, Wright goes down in the penalty area. Referee says it was all ball, no whistle as Wright goes down and Newton comes out to get it.
Good early attack for Legion. I think the player did get ball first and Brian Wright went over his legs.
Indy 11 quickly moving back the other direction as Pasher gets his first touch. And now they'll have to slow it down, play with a little bit of possession here in midfield. Gibson and Connor each get an early touch, along with Nebiel Hackshaw, the 23-year-old from Trinidad and Tobago. Garcia, the man we highlighted, fought off the ball by Ward, and it's Ward who ends up winning the throw for Legion. And Ayose, the 33-year-old Spaniard, Mike, you were impressed with what you saw on film from him so far this year for this Indy 11 side. So much of what good has come from that left flank has come from Ayose.
Ayose's really a special player. He doesn't have all the goals or all the assists for this team, but he just seems to be the man that makes them click. The more often he's touching the ball, the more success they're having.
From the near corner flag, Legion get play restarted as it's lofted back into the area, headed away by Cromwell out of play. Just 2 minutes in here for the Magic City. Tonight our injury report is brought to you by Viva Health. And wouldn't you know it, for Indy 11, nearly a clean injury report for the visitors. They don't list any coming into the night, although Coach Rennie did mention that picked up a bit of a knock against Bethlehem Steel. Weren't sure if we were going to see him at any point tonight. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, of course, without Chandler Hoffman, without Eddie Opoku, without Tyler Savitsky, without Daigo Kobayashi, without Femi Hollinger-Jansen, and now, of course, not on the injury report, but without J.J. Williams due to yellow card accumulation after he picked up his 5th of the year against Nashville on Tuesday. So plenty of key faces out for Legion once again tonight, Mike.
long list of players that aren't going to be available tonight for Coach Sohn. I think that's a little more typical this late in the season. Every team tends to pick up some injuries and have some guys that are in and out of the lineup. It's really amazing for Indy 11 that they've reached this point in the season, played as many games as they have, and have every single player on the roster available to them.
Kasim looking for space in the middle, trying to thread it through to Johnson. Couldn't quite get it there. Legion trying to apply pressure. It's broken by Indy 11, and they can move quickly the other way with Pasher. He gets around Culbertson. This is still Tyler Pasher moving forward, now into a dangerous position. Pasher cuts it inside, lost it momentarily. It's out wide for Illich, who's just able to keep it in play. Illich combines with Pasher, who's taken off it. Well done by Erevo and sent away.
Indy 11 have the all-time leading scorer in USL Championship history on their roster, but Pasher has put Dane Kelly on the bench by his play this season. He's really an electric player, great touch, great finishing ability, but he's got amazing pace to go with it. They give him a free roam. He can roam anywhere he wants to go on the field. You never know where he shows up, but he's always dangerous.
Culbertson finds Daniel Johnson, who gets his first touch of the night. It's the ever-dangerous midfielder for Legion, playing in a bit more of a wide position tonight than normal. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Evan Newton. Our keys to the match tonight are brought to you by Bare Naked Noodles. And Mike, let's start with the visitors, Indy 11. What do they have to do tonight to come away with a successful result and find themselves in first place when 90 minutes is all said and done?
Well, for Pasher and Iose to get the ball as often as possible is the real key to this match. If those two are touching it a lot.
Early chance for Brian Wright. Nicely done by Newton, but Wright had an excellent opportunity to challenge the keeper early.
If Pasher and Iose are touching the ball, then Indy 11 are going to be dangerous. And they love to switch the play. They have an unusual formation, 3 in the back and 2 up top, and they tend to just drive balls from side to side.
Get a second look at Wright with an early opportunity with his left, as Legion are going to take this with a long throw with Culbertson. Headed away by the first line of defense. Culbertson ends up with it again. Perhaps a second opportunity to throw in service. He finds Kasim, whose touch fails him. It'll be a goal kick. Mike, meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, what are they trying to do tonight?
Legion need to finish their chances. Most teams don't get very many chances against this Indy 11 defense, so they've got to take the ones that they get. They've got to work hard throughout, and then they've got to really find those set piece opportunities, maybe catching Indy 11, who are not the biggest team in the league, on a free kick or corner kick.
Those are keys to the match presented by Bare Naked Noodles. Pasta's so good it doesn't need to get dressed in Birmingham. So far, a good start for Legion. They've applied the pressure early in Indy's half. As we mentioned, introducing the starting 11s, Indy not a team that concedes very easily. Just 20 goals conceded so far this year. That's fewest in all the USL Championship. They've kept 12 clean sheets. That's second in the league, only to the league leaders, Phoenix.
Large part of their defending is really their attacking. By keeping the ball and moving it, and staying in possession, they don't allow their opponents to get very many chances. It'll be interesting to see over the course of this game whether Legion sit back and defend deep, or do they step up and press and try to not let Indy be in their comfort zone and not let them knock it around the field.
Pasher trying to win the foot race against Laurent. He does. An early service as a cross, but not quite getting there was Novia.
And that's the threat they possess right there. If you do step up and press, they've got the speed demons up top to get behind you. If you drop off, they keep the ball all day and make you work so hard. They really present some tough challenges.
Lopez flicks it through to Wright. Nice 1-2 between them. Kasim trying to play it back to Lopez. It's cut off by the new man Mitchell Osman, one of the 2 changes that Indy 11 have made since their last match against Bethlehem Steel. Legion with a bit of pressure, trying to trap the ball on this side of the park, and they want to throw.
If they can do that right there, pressing high, forcing turnovers, you get a couple of quick turnovers like that, it really energizes your team. It brings everybody's energy level sky high. I like what they're doing right now. I think it's going to help them throughout this game.
Ambitious little half volley there from Lopez goes wanting. Didn't trouble the goalkeeper, Newton. Indy back the other way. Aravos applying pressure. Now Indy are going to try to build out of the back once more. Driven ball from Hackshaw into the run of Pasher. Van Oekel well off his line. Has to send it away from danger.
Really well done by Matt Van Oekel, and that's what they're going to need. You could see how quickly Indy 11 realized the tactics of the Legion. As soon as they stepped in press, they played an early ball in behind the defense, trying to let Pasher run onto it. Matt Van Oekel did a great job of reading it and cutting it off.
Novoa couldn't quite come up with that one. Johnson gets around him. And now circles him once more. Still Daniel Johnson on it, trying to play through to right, who is a bit in an offside position, I believe.
Just mistimed, I think. Brian Wright thought Daniel Johnson was going to play it one touch earlier, so he'd made the run in behind.
Well, we've talked about what's on the line for both of these two teams tonight. Indy 11, of course, tied at the top of the table coming into the evening with New York Red Bulls 2. They do have a couple of matches in hand on the Red Bulls as Indy 11 win a throw. And of course, Mike, as you talked about, they're playing for home field advantage in the USL playoffs coming up. Birmingham Legion, meanwhile, just trying to make it there. Coming into the night, odds makers at 538 give them about 50-50 odds of making the playoffs. This is arguably one of the toughest stretches the Birmingham Legion have played all year. Last Friday against St. Louis, Tuesday on the road at Nashville, and now here home against Indy, who's at the top of the table.
Certainly at this point in the season, all three of their opponents in the past 8 days are playoff teams, and that's going to be a tough week. But this Legion team has played really well against the best teams. It's not that they've just beaten the bottom dwellers. They've managed to beat Tampa in Tampa. They've had other good results at North Carolina. I like the way this team has played almost every game since the start of the summer. I don't see any reason why they can't get right back on another roll, get the points they need, and have a good run in the playoffs.
Whistle on a handball there from our referee tonight, Greg Dobka. Gives Indy 11 a free kick. Meanwhile, for the 11, they've been absolutely dominant at home, just 6-5-1 away from home, which is not a bad record whatsoever. But it hasn't matched nearly their home dominance, and they're about to kick off this tonight, actually. Kicks off a 4-match stretch away from home as Lopez comes up with the interception. Legion have a numbers advantage. Here comes Wright. Out wide for Lopez. Can he get to it? Not quite.
A little bit of a heavy touch from Brian Wright, but another good scoring threat from Legion. They've already found 2 or 3 really good opportunities. Their approach clearly has been to go at this Indy 11 team, not to sit back and defend, but to step up, press them, put them under pressure, and try and counterattack when you do win the ball. And so far, at least, it's been working.
Long ball lofted forward. Laurent heads it down, but Pasher is there waiting for the second ball. Pasher towards the back post. Novoa trying to bring it down. Still cycling in the box. Van Oekel can't quite save that from going out of play. And a goal kick pointed to by the referee, Dobka. I believe that should be a corner. And now, after some consult on his headset, I believe he has pointed towards the corner flag.
Legion players were arguing that there was a foul on the first ball played in when Matthew Laurent went up for that ball and got bumped.
First corner of the night for either side comes here in minute number 12. Swung in away from goal and headed well off the frame as a stoppage from Mikey Lopez, who is down in a heap, holding his head and bleeding. My goodness.
Yeah, there's a lot
of my goodness.
Blood coming.
The Birmingham Legion FC captain is down and bleeding profusely based on the first look that we got. Certainly not a sign either side wanted to see, especially this early in the match. Second opportunity to look at what happened in the area. It looks like Lopez just took a shoulder from Hackshaw there.
Might even been friendly fire. It looked like he ran into the elbow of Matthew Laurent. Maybe caught him right across the bridge of the nose. Mikey Lopez is not the tallest player on the team, and guys his size always seem to be right about elbow height for the big men. I'm sure he's taken a few blows across his career, but this one certainly drew a lot of blood.
Lopez gingerly makes his way off the pitch to an ovation from the home crowd. As the Legion medical team are trying to find a way to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I think team doctor is walking him into the locker room. They'll get a better look at him inside.
So a tough break here for Legion early, depending on the severity of Lopez's injury. Legion could be forced into an early change as they've already sprinted all their substitutes over to the far side to get loose. Decision time early for head coach Thompson, who you see on your screen right there.
No matter what, they're going to play a man short for at least a few minutes because the substitutes were not warmed up and ready just yet. So it'll take them a couple minutes.
Matt Van Oekel resumes play. Just a little under 14 minutes in. Legion down a man for the moment, as Mike mentioned. And it looks like Eric Avila is going to be the change that Birmingham Legion are going to be forced into before the quarter-hour mark.
It's a shame they're going to have to make a change so quickly, but Eric Avila, certainly a very experienced player, played midweek already, so he's on his game. He's been playing regularly. I'm sure he'll step in and be ready to go.
Culbertson under pressure finds a Siadu in midfield as Indy 11 press a bit higher up the park. Here's Aravo. Heavy touch to get around Hackshaw, and he draws a whistle for his troubles.
It's a really good first touch from Zach Aravo. As the ball came to him, he just pushed it past his defender, and he was gone. Looks more like tangled legs than anything intentional, but Aravo certainly had a step on him.
Set piece opportunity for Legion here as they still prep their sub. It looks like Avila will wait till the next stoppage in play. Ward's cross a bit low and sent away from danger. Ward cycles it back in. Hackshaw clears it for a second time. Cromwell goes all the way back to Matt Van Oekel. Quarter hour plus gone. No score between Birmingham Legion and Indy 11. Fans, don't forget there's only one place where you can choose what kit Legion FC will wear in their last game of the season. Download the Legion FC app today and vote. App available on both iOS and Android platforms. That's the Legion FC app, your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Asher dribbled into traffic, lost possession. Johnson all the way back to Van Oekel, who's under a bit of heat. Legion look like they're going to try to play out of the back and under the pressure. Down a man. Johnson up the touchline, able to keep it in play. Well done by him, but he couldn't quite thread it through to right.
Most of their matches, especially the last few weeks, Pasher has played on the left side up front where he can combine with Jose Perez. Today they're playing him more towards the right. I don't know if that's to try and take advantage of Culbertson, who's maybe not quite as quick as Akeem Ward.
Got a touch with Connor there. Now it's Iose once more. Looking for Pasher. Cromwell with the interception. And all the way through to Brian Wright. What a pass that was from Cromwell. Wright has no help. He's 1v4 and ends up ceding possession. Legion still playing down a man as Aravo does not draw a whistle. Referee says play on as Aravo remains down. Indy 11 attack around him.
I think Zach Aravo's touch was so good.
Pasher with a chance, but the flag is up. He was offside.
Zach Aravo's touch was so good on that play, flicking it around his man, that it fooled the referee. Wasn't much doubt in my mind that he got taken
Birmingham
down.
Legion FC substitution in for number 5, Mikey
Sub
Lopez.
is
Number
official here.
12, Eric Avila.
The captain, Mikey Lopez, his night comes to an end prematurely, and surely we hope for the best for him. But Legion back to full strength with Eric Avila. And Mike, as you mentioned, played Tuesday against Nashville SC. He's made 22 starts so far this year, so certainly plenty of experience. But Legion forced into an early change here at home. We'll see how that changes the complexion of this game moving forward.
Mikey Lopez is one of the toughest tacklers in the league. I think Legion liked that matchup of him versus Jose Perez. But Eric Avila started this season as the right back, so he's certainly a very good defensive player, even though he's naturally a midfielder. So different personnel, but same quality player.
Kasim couldn't quite find Avila, who was pushing up that right side, and Hackshaw pushes it right back the other direction. Novoa inside for Connor. Connor couldn't quite keep it under pressure. Kasim wins it back and finds Aravo with some space. Right under pressure, good hold up play there, and waits for some more supports. Mike, that's going to be the challenge for Wright tonight. He's playing without a strike partner. He's going to have to be the man that Legion can target and play off of.
He's up there by himself. He's got to make good decisions about when to hold the ball and keep possession, but also when can he turn and run at people, because he's got the pace to get behind the defense. So it's really going to be a question of decisions for him. So far, he's made some really good decisions.
Indy 11 with a chance to maintain a bit of possession here. Osmond right in front of us, the 25-year-old Australian. First time he's seen the pitch in the last 3 games. Perea. Illich couldn't quite thread it through. Cromwell back on it all the way back to Van Oekel. As Van Oekel sends it forward, fans Birmingham Legion FC entrust the care of its athletes to UAB Sports Medicine Team, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help get you back to your active lifestyle.
Are you 6?
Still scoreless from BBVA Field on a beautiful night for soccer in the Magic City. After days upon days of 90-plus degree temperatures, it was mid-80s at kickoff. And a nice crowd once again here in downtown Birmingham. First time they have seen Indy 11. Of course, the first time Indy have made the trip down to the Deep South. As the 11 push forward once more, Hackshaw works himself into the attacking half. Jose with Pasher. Pasher lost it to Kasim. Avila trying to work his way around him unsuccessfully.
So far, Indy's had a lot of possession, but they really haven't been able to get behind this Legion defense. Certainly Van Oekel's had 1 or 2 balls to come out, as he did right there, to scoop up, but he hasn't had any shots to save so far. No real danger for the 11 at this stage.
Birmingham Legion's backline was so good against Nashville SC. They were under siege most of the night. They held strong all the way to the 93rd minute, when they were finally undone by a set piece that was ultimately the difference. Kasim still pushing forward, a one-man attack here as he lays it off for Johnson. Now Legion will recycle a bit. Asiadu finds Aravo with a bit of space. Ward and Aravo combined on the far side. Can Legion find a way through one of the league's stoutest defenses? Legion have gone scoreless the last 2 contests against St. Louis and Nashville. But they've shown a goal-scoring propensity, especially here at home.
The last two matches were against two very good defensive teams, two teams that haven't given up many goals all season. And Legion created chances, they just didn't finish them. Tonight they're up against another great defense, but they've already shown that they can break them down and create opportunities. They're just going to need to find a way to put one of them into the back of the net.
Indy quickly restart play after the offside flag went up against Kyle Culbertson. Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
Miss hit by Barrett there. You don't see that very often. Just passed it straight out of bounds.
Barrett, the 26-year-old Irishman, has been the linchpin of this stout defense. Second on the team in tackles with 40. He's going to be a man Indy depend upon now and the rest of the year. Arivo inside for Avila, out wide for Ward. Ward with a chance to deliver service, and coming out to get it is Newton.
Couldn't quite find Brian Wright, but another good attack. Both outside backs getting into the offense here. I do think the change in formation may have also caught Indy by surprise a little bit. Legion have played a 4-4-2 with a diamond midfield the last 8 or 9 games in a row. All of a sudden they show up in a 4-1-4-1, and I think it's taking Indy 11 a couple minutes to figure it out.
Arivo wins the foul just outside the area. He went down in the box, but the foul was much before then as Arivo tried to continue on. Indy 11 defense not happy with the call, especially Hackshaw. We'll get a second look to see where the contact actually occurred. On first glance, that looked like the correct decision. And indeed, that looks to be the case. Maybe a bit too much hands there from Hackshaw, and Arivo caught the referee's glare.
Looked like Arivo was a little bit off balance already, got a little tiny touch in the back. Tried to stay up, it wasn't that he was taking a dive. The referee felt that it was enough contact to give the free kick, but certainly brought it back to where it was initiated and not where Arivo went down 5 yards inside the box.
Most dangerous set piece opportunity either side have had so far in this one. Right on the edge of the penalty area. It's Kasim and Cromwell who stand over it for Legion. As Indy 11 set a 5-man wall.
Last left-footed free kick we saw was taken by Cromwell, and I think he's going to hit this one as well.
It is Cromwell to hit it, and it's over the bar. Missed opportunity there for Legion as Newton will restart play. Here in the 26th minute, fans Legion FC continue their playoff push at BBVA Field on Saturday, October 5th against the Charleston Battery in a game presented by Comfort Care. Kickoff is at 7, but Plaza festivities begin at 5:30 with Wizardry Night, fun games and activities. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. Kasim draws the whistle, much to the ire of the Indy 11 bench that you can hear down below on our crowd mics.
2 or 3 fouls in a row, all giving Legion opportunities to run set pieces. Real opportunity to do something that you've been practicing, maybe catch the Indy 11 by surprise. Brian Wright, one of the biggest players on the field, is the most likely target.
Johnson with an in-swinger to the back post and a bit too far for anybody.
Hey, come on!
Another wasted opportunity. Hate to see those get sent away like that. Got 120 yards on this side of the white line.
So a couple of good set-piece opportunities for Legion go wanting. Still, you would have to say Legion have had more of the scoring opportunities so far, just about halfway past the midway point of this first 45 minutes.
They've really had all the scoring opportunities, and they've had 5 or 6 dangerous situations around the box. Some of them on set pieces, some of them from the run of play. Here's another free kick.
As Arivo goes down and is helped up to his feet. Good sportsmanship there from Connor. Looked like a 50-50 challenge, but Arivo just got there first. And a bit of a high boot there from Connor, I believe, was what drew the whistle.
Connor was on the ground. I think he went two-footed, which is probably what drew the whistle, but certainly not trying to hurt anybody. Went in hard, kept his feet low so that he wasn't coming over the ball. Call goes Legion's way.
So how about this, a third set-piece opportunity here in about a 4-minute span for Birmingham Legion. This time it's Kasim and Avila who stand over it.
Both these guys experienced attackers who can hit from here.
Avila with a dangerous ball. Falls to Culbertson, who has his shot deflected out wide for a corner.
Good service in. Fell right to the feet of Kyle Culbertson, who actually hit it pretty well. Just happened to go off an Indy defender.
Looked like it might have glanced off of Mathieu Laurent as well. That was Arivo who got a piece. Corner kick coming here. Avila to take it with Johnson giving him a short option. Avila gesturing to someone in the Legion box about what training ground piece is coming here. Avila with back post service, just a bit too tall for Laurent. Still in the area and now sent away by Barrett. Legion knocking on the door, Mike, but so far Indy 11's defense has been up to the task.
This is a really hard team to score against. When they have given up opportunities, Newton's been the man and made the big saves in almost every match. But I like the approach from Legion tonight. They've stepped and pressed. They've put Indy under pressure. They've shown that they're not afraid to play with the #1 team in the East. And so far, they've definitely been the aggressors in this match.
Another giveaway for this Indy midfield. Illich couldn't connect, but just a goal kick will come of it. Fans, when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and don't always have time to cook a healthy meal many evenings, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with MealFit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. MealFit makes life easier and healthier with balanced and home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about MealFit and order now online at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Half hour gone, quarter hour left in our first 45 minutes. As Matt Van Oekel will let that trickle all the way out. The 32-year-old has kept just as many clean sheets as Newton. Those are both tied at 9. Good for a tie for 5th in the USL Championship this year. 17th straight start for Van Oekel, Mike, and he has been much like Newton on one end of the pitch. Van Oekel's been the anchor on the other end.
No question about it, especially from July on. He's made big save after big save. He's got 9 clean sheets, and most of those he really earned. He's made saves in almost every match that you watch and just go, how the heck did he get a hand on that? But he's been brilliant. He's probably going to get called on a couple of times throughout this match as well.
Van Oekel was so good in the month of August. He was nominated for USL Player of the Month. Certainly has been a big piece of what got Legion back in to the thick of the playoff race. Off the set piece, Kasim can't quite run it down. Osman beat him there and was able to play well out of danger. Perea trying to thread it through to Novoa. Laurent beat him there.
Novoa was offsides on that play, just by a foot or two, but it didn't matter. Mathieu Laurent just turned on the jets and not only caught him, but ran right past him to go get that ball.
Indy with another chance to move forward. This is Gibson. Out wide, Perea. Back inside Gibson, those two combine. But they can't quite connect with Pasher up top. Ward plays out a pressure. Frees Avila.
That was a really nice passage of play. Indy 11 like to press as well when they can. They had lots of players in the Legion half, so they stepped and pressed, and Legion just passed nicely, quick and simple, getting through them.
Indy continue to amp up the pressure. Here's a Siadou with 2 men around him. Legion once again able to play out of the back into the attacking half. Here's Kasim, but his first touch fails him out wide.
Unlucky on that touch. They were 3v3 if he could turn the corner. Indy had pressed, stepped a lot of men forward. Legion did a nice job of breaking that pressure, but then Kasim just couldn't quite get turned.
Now a bit of sloppiness in their own half from Indy. It's been a tough start to the night for Ilya Illich. Wright will wait for Culbertson, and Culbertson will push a few bodies forward. Culbertson, the one man on this team, Mike, that can turn these types of chances into set-piece opportunities with his long throws.
Yeah, he's got a really nice long throw. He's not the biggest guy. You don't expect it from someone his size, but it's a real weapon, and they've certainly started to use it in the last few matches.
This one headed away by the Indy defense. Asiadu able to fight off Pasher and keep it. Johnson pushes into the teeth of the defense. Wright can't quite connect with Arivo. Ward wins it back. Here's Johnson inside. Arivo couldn't quite control it. Laurent will play it under control. Fans with just 2 weeks remaining, the pressure officially on. Tune into ESPN3 on October 2nd at 7 o'clock Central Time as El Paso Locomotive look to secure one of the final playoff spots while Fresno FC have their sights set on hosting some playoff games. It's Locomotive FC and the Foxes, October 2nd at 7 o'clock for Wednesday Night Soccer on ESPN3. Johnson with another interception. Indy 11 have had some sloppy touches on the ball here in the first half. Legion haven't quite taken advantage though. Culbertson out wide with space. Couldn't quite thread it through. Nicely played by Illich.
Have a team that's playing in their third game in 8 days. You think they're going to be tired. They'll probably sit back. But Legion have taken the exact opposite approach. Let's step up and press. Maybe for these players, this is a nice, cool evening. They've been training all week in 95-degree weather. They look very energized and fresh. And so far, their pressure has been paying off.
Avila against two defenders, gets service in, but there's no one home in a black shirt.
Indy 11 continue to play out. They've coughed it up a few times, but it hasn't made them change what they like to do.
Pasher trying to run onto this one, gets there, beats Laurent, now trying to turn. Can Pasher do so? Circles and waits for some supports. Gets some from Iose. Pasher. Back to Iose. Legion's defense now set. Can Indy break it down? Hackshaw trying to play the switch. Culbertson got there first ahead of Perea. Indy 11 more or less dominated the ball, the pace of the game. The last time these two teams met in Indianapolis so far hasn't been the case for most of this first half, although this is a fairly extended run of possession here from Indy 11. Iose with a low delivery. Laurent sends it away. Only as far as Hackshaw, though.
First time Legion played almost everybody. They were a completely different team from what they've been the last few months. They were still trying to get used to each other, trying to figure out the right formation and the right way of playing. But since July, they've played everybody tough.
Pasher all the way to the end line. That's still mixing around in the area. Novoa trying to cut it back. Johnson was there first. Nervy moments for the Legion defense as Pasher got a dangerous ball in all the way across the end line. Johnson nearly taken off it. Now a foul given.
That was the most dangerous moment that Indy have had so far tonight. Lots of players in the box, ball binging around a little bit.
Tyler Pasher, that pace is such a big factor up front for this Indy 11 attack. The 25-year-old Canadian with a team-high 10 goals coming into the night. Certainly has made his impact felt at certain points in this first half. Mariveau trying to turn under pressure against Gibson, does so. Cuts it back for Culbertson. Culbertson, a service with his right. Hackshaw heads it away. Legion recycle, this time the opposite side. Ward, Asiadu. Plays it off for Johnson. Legion trying to break down this Indy defense. Can they do so? Johnson out wide for Ward. Flag stays down. Ward with a low service. Indy still haven't dealt with it. Ward with a second opportunity. Right, centers it and puts it in. And Birmingham Legion are on the board first. Indy 11 with a giveaway inside their own penalty area. And Birmingham Legion makes the pay. 1-0 to Legion.
It may sound a little bit silly, but that was exactly the way I think Tom Sohn drew it up. High pressure to win the ball back. Great service into Brian Wright. Headed it in from less than 6 yards out. Great defending led to a great goal.
Fifth goal of the year for Brian Wright as we get a second look. Ward's first service was sent away. His second service was a good one. And Brian Wright with one of his easiest finishes of the year to put the home side in front. And this Birmingham Legion Forge here at BBVA Field gets a chance to fire up for the first time tonight. 1-0 to Legion off the restarts as Indy 11 are undone by some sloppiness at the back. Brian Wright overdue as we get a second look, Mike. Good service from Ward. Wright unmarked after the second delivery.
A perfect serve from Akeem Ward. Couldn't have given it to him any better. Brian Wright doing what he needs to do. Finish the chances that he gets. Took that one perfectly.
Matt Van Oekel and Tyler Pasher with a bit of words there. Van Oekel came out to get the heavy touch. But just a few minutes to go before the first half. It's the home side in front. And Mike, it just seems like Indy 11 haven't been their usual sharp, crisp selves on the ball in possession so far, about 40 minutes in.
Well, I think there's two factors here. One is that Legion haven't let them be sharp. They've put them under pressure every opportunity they have, and so far that's paid off. The second thing is Jose Perez has barely touched the ball tonight. We've called his name maybe once or twice in 45 minutes. We know if they want to win, he needs to be on the ball a lot more often.
Birmingham Legion opt to play all the way back to Van Oekel here. Big goal for Legion, to say the least, as Ward is down after a bit of a tough challenge. We mentioned Legion had gone scoreless their last two matches against tough competition. But to finally get a breakthrough and get a lead in front of the home crowd certainly has to be a comforting feeling, even though they've lost their captain early on in this first half.
This team has been really resilient all season. You could get your head down. You dropped 2 games in a row. You went from 8th place to 9th place, or sorry, from 9th place to 10th place in the conference standings. You're playing number 1, and they just have showed no fear. They haven't sat back. They haven't looked like a team that's afraid to play. They've just gone out and worked hard and truly deserved the lead that they've got.
Tough challenge there on Brian Wright, but he's to his feet and okay. As Legion restart play. 43rd minute. Fans, don't forget you can enjoy the USL on ESPN now through the 2022 season. USL is excited to announce that the championship in League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Thanks to everyone joining our ESPN Plus broadcast tonight, whether you're in Birmingham or in Indianapolis. I'm sure the Brickyard Battalion have a watch party organized tonight, trying to see their team through to the top of the table, unaccosted by New York Red Bulls. Right now, it's been mostly Birmingham Legion in this first 45 minutes. Kasim with the interception and now pushing forward. In need of a bit of support. But Avila keep it in play, did not. It'll be a throw in for Indy 11.
The 11 have had a lot of possession tonight, most of it towards the back of their team. With just a couple minutes left in the half, they need to find ways to get touches for Jose Perez and for their other attacking players.
Asher has found some space so far tonight. Novoa at times has found some space. Been a relatively quiet first half for Illich, and he's pushed off the ball by Asiadu there. Johnson out wide, has Aravo running with him. Johnson cuts it inside, finds some space. Switches on if he can see it, but he couldn't quite thread it through to Avila.
Probably needed to put that ball in the air in order to get it there.
Here comes the pace of Pasher back the other direction. Played 1v1 by Laurent. Pasher turns the corner, gets around him. Asiadu, though, provides the defensive support. Asiadu holds off a man. Still Asiadu working forward, but he and Brian Wright not quite on the same page.
Brian Wright was looking for that ball to be played just a little bit earlier. He started to go, then held up because he was afraid he'd be offsides. And just as he was holding up, Asiadu was playing the ball in behind. They've missed a couple of times on that play, but you can see what they're trying to do, and they only got to get it right once.
Perea. Back to Osmond. Osmond plays back in the direction of Barrett. And Iose couldn't keep it in play. Iose has been a part of 65 chances created so far this year for Indy 11. So far, not a whole lot has gone through that left side of the park. As you can see on your screen, 3 minutes of added time from our 4th official tonight. Our stoppage time this evening is brought to you by UAB Medicine. Birmingham Legion no doubt pleased with the way they've played so far in this first half. Just trying to see this out the remaining stoppage time. But a chance to attack here after that giveaway. Avila pushing forward, has Wright. Wright with a bit of a heavy touch though, an attack shot who takes him off it. But Avila wins it back.
Again, that press, they don't just step back like I think the 11 think they're going to. They step up, they press hard, and they've kept winning ball after ball in and around the box.
Indy 11 have struggled to play out of the back for a majority of this first half. Johnson with some space. Johnson pushing forward. Edge of the area. Still Johnson. Couldn't break down the last defender.
Again, a little bit of pressure. And the 11 turn it right back over.
It's been a theme of this first half. Good night so far for Mathieu Laurent, pairing with Razak Cromwell tonight in central defense for Legion. Cromwell in for Kyle Fisher, the one change centrally for Legion from the team that played Nashville on Tuesday up in the Music City.
I think a lot of people might have questioned why Fisher wasn't starting. He started most of this season, very composed defender, but I think Coach Sohn decided to go with speed Razak Cromwell, very quick defender, and knowing that the 11 have so much pace up top, so far that decision's been paying off.
It's Cromwell on it here, pulling the 1-2 with the Seadu. 48th minute, Legion perhaps with one more attacking opportunity in them, and they have one here. Arivo out wide to the left. Arivo with the left-footed service. Avila couldn't quite get there. Still Legion with numbers forward. Kasim on his left lets one go. It's well wide of the post. Newton decided just to let it go.
I think that's going to be the end of the half when he kicks this ball into play. I think we're going to hear the whistle for halftime. I think Indy 11 will be happy to hear that whistle the way this last 15-20 minutes has gone.
And before the goal kick is taken, there is the whistle for halftime. And it's a good opening 45 minutes for the home side, Birmingham Legion FC. They lead Indy 11 1-0. Mike, certainly Legion are pleased. Indy 11, though, had some changes to make in the locker room.
Well, I don't think things could have gone a whole lot better after the injury to Mikey Lopez. That first 50 minutes, scary moment. You hate to see your captain go off the field. But other than the injury, it's been a near perfect night. They've played well, they've kept possession when they had it, they've high pressed when they could, and they created the turnover and the goal just the way they thought they would.
Legion down on the pitch are pleased, their fans are pleased as well. Meanwhile, Indy 11 with changes to make in the dressing rooms if we have hit halftime here from the Magic City, pardon me. Birmingham Legion 1, Indy 11-0. Coming up, Eric Avila sat down to speak with us, and we're going to look at the rest of the USL Championship news and notes and preview the weekend across the league.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
Here with Eric Avila from Birmingham Legion FC. Eric, great to have you here. Tell us a little bit about what this season has been like so far.
Thanks for having me. The season's been, a big roller coaster of up and down in the first part. But I think, I think we're catching our feet, and I think we're settling in well, and it's just really enjoyable to see it starting from the beginning where we are now.
So soccer obviously takes up a few hours every day for you as a professional. What about the rest of the day? How do you spend the rest of your time?
I'm a big coffee guy. I'm a big coffee guy. I go out to the Caveat down in Homewood. Revelator's another good one. Red Diamond if I have it, if it's in there. But no, I like to roam around, find little cool spots like that. I like to sit down. I'm a big golfer as well. So I like to enjoy the outdoors on my days off, and you know, there's beautiful golf courses out here, so it's really nice to see that.
You're certainly in the right town for some golf. There's some great courses. Are there other players on this team that like to join you on the course?
Yeah, there are some players. Trevor's one of them. Trevor Spanderer is one of them. But he, you know, it's tough because you go out there and you're the best, and it just slows the whole game down. You got to find the ball, and then you know how that goes, right?
Well, that's not a problem I ever have in golf. But other than beating everybody at golf, what other ways do you like to spend your off time?
You're kind of roaming around. I've been to Oak Mountain for a little bit, hiking. There's some really cool hiking spots around here. You know, my
some room has to turn it back out.
Is usually going
chip
outside
back into the area, headed and in.
You know, I've never been down here in the South. This is my first time, and you know, I'm just enjoying the outdoors and something different.
That's nice. The fans here have really gotten excited about this team. From day one, it seems like there's been a group that's been behind you, whether you were winning or losing. How has that sort of impacted the team?
Yeah, for us, it's so special to see them be behind us since day one. You know, and we had a little rough spell in the beginning, but they were still there and showing up, and it's so nice to, you know, to get some wins under our belt, and you know, go a nice little run and do it for them, because I think they really push us on for this season. And hats off to them, because they've been with us from day one.
Appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you.
He's a winner, in for the goal! Let's go with the left foot, Jamal Johnson! Puts it in, what a goal! Perfectly placed! With one touch to settle, and now it's fired at the top of the net. Flag stays down, and Indy 11 has a one. Ball struck towards the 18, headed on, and headed home.
Inside glancing header, and he caps it off with the goal of the night.
I think they want dangerous play call. That one served in the back of the net. Fresno out of nowhere.
Milton serves it into the back post. It's off the woodwork, and it's in.
That's in the back of the net. Another cross into the corner, and Hubbard does even better. Moberg's going to take a shot on goal with a cross and a fantastic save.
Good shot for Blackwood. Nice play by Van Oakland
to force him to give the ball up. Illich saved.
Curls and scores! Oh, Seguro!
Moshobani again. Back heel, Moshobani! He did it again!
Whips it in, finds the back post. Oh, what a finish, Arturo Rodriguez. Through ball though, Demas the other way, Demas saved by Hara.
In the middle, still Jaden Nelson, his shot, it's saved again by Giuliano Chache.
Wide open. Fitzgerald covering the mark, still Rodriguez, and stopped by Fitzgerald.
Welcome back to downtown Birmingham, Alabama, just off this UAB Blazers campus on the south side of the Magic City. So far, Birmingham Legion in control against Indy 11, 1-0. Through 45 minutes of soccer this evening. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Evan. Time to take a look at the rest of the league tonight. And there you see the big one everyone's circling. New Mexico United hosting Reno this evening. That match scheduled to get underway in about a half hour or so. The big one that everyone's focusing on in the Eastern Conference, Mike, that Louisville City New York Red Bulls match tomorrow.
That's going to be a fun one. Two of the best teams in the league. New York currently sitting in first place. And of course, Louisville City, two-time defending champions. Big match against two big clubs.
And then Birmingham Legion fans certainly going to be focusing on Charleston Battery against North Carolina FC. It's Battery who are just 1 point off of Birmingham Legion in the current Eastern Conference standings. As we get a look at them here, 4 X's on the board. Those 4 teams, Red Bulls 2, these Indy 11, Nashville, and Tampa Bay have all clinched their playoff spots. Now they're fighting for home field. And then it's 4 teams for 3 spots at the bottom. Mike, Ottawa Fury appear to be safe from the fray, but St. Louis and Birmingham still very much in it.
Yeah, Ottawa does look to be safe, but I wouldn't say they're completely out of the woods just yet. St. Louis, Birmingham sitting right where they want to be, but having to be scared of Charleston, who's coming up behind.
Certainly Charleston has hope, as does Bethlehem Steel. A puncher's chance, although they'll need to take a result from Tampa Bay tomorrow to keep that chance alive. Here's the rest of the league as it stands. Some of the major news, of course, Charlotte Independents are moving into a new downtown stadium that will host them for the foreseeable future. Coming in 2021, moving out of the suburbs of Charlotte, North Carolina. And Mike, also on the other coast, San Diego will set to begin play under 2020, and with Landon Donovan's name attached to that club, I think everyone's intrigued to see what that's going to look like.
San Diego's been a big-time soccer program, soccer city for a long time. They've had some great professional clubs. Seeing them have another team is really exciting, and of course Landon Donovan always brings a lot of recognition to any team he's associated with.
That club began accepting season ticket deposits on a Wednesday and will play on the campus of the University of San Diego. As we get a look at our first 45 minutes match stats so far from the Magic City this evening, and Mike, Indy 11 have had possession in midfield and have the possession advantage, but it seems like not a lot of it has been meaningful possession in the attacking half, and they've had some key giveaways in their own half.
Yeah, the stats show they've had the lion's share of the ball, but shots, goals, and opportunities to score have all been in favor of Legion FC. I think that this game so far, statistically, nobody really cares about it. It's the results on the board that matter to both these teams, and that's where Legion have the advantage.
One stat that may show a bit of the difference between these two sides tonight, duels won Birmingham Legion nearly 70% in that first 45 minutes. They have overrun the 50-50 balls against Indy 11. We'll see if Indy can turn that around in the second half, which comes your way after a quick timeout. Birmingham Legion on top of Indy 11 in the second 45 minutes in just a moment.
BBVA, transforming banking to put the world's opportunities in your hands. BBVA Compass is now BBVA, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Welcome back to BBVA Field. What a lovely night for soccer it has turned out to be here in the Deep South. Welcome back to the Magic City. Birmingham Legion and Indy 11 just about ready for half number 2. From downtown Birmingham, Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. Let's get a look at some of our first half highlights between these two sides as the crowd eagerly filed in tonight, eager to see their home side back in action. Brian Wright with an early penalty shout, Mike, that looked like a good call based on the look we got there.
Yeah, I think it was good defending, got the ball first, and then Brian Wright went down. Referee overall has done a nice job, kept control, made the right calls.
Legion had a couple of attacking opportunities early and then kept applying pressure. Zach Arevo won a key free kick. Legion had a few set-piece opportunities that went a bit wasted for this Birmingham Legion side, but for the majority of the first half, Mike, the scoring chances belonged to Legion with the exception of a couple of Indy 11 opportunities. This was the one that was put home by Brian Wright.
Yeah, started with great defending, Ward winning the ball back and then serving a perfect ball onto the head of Brian Wright. Really nice goal.
Wright scores his 5th in Legion black and gold. So far, that is the difference. That goal in the 39th minute that was appreciated by this home crowd has given Legion a 1-0 lead here at home. Wright and the rest of his side look ready to go for half number 2. No changes at the half for Birmingham Legion that we can see. And no changes on the other side for Indy 11 that have been reported. We'll wait for a moment and see whether that is indeed the case. But just about ready to resume action as you get a look at Evan Newton on your screen there, the 31-year-old, who's kept 9 clean sheets this year. It won't be a clean sheet tonight, but certainly hasn't the chance to keep his team in the game as Indy chases a 1-goal deficit to start this second half. Both sides look ready to go. Greg Dopka, our official tonight, gives the whistle, and our second half is underway for the Magic City. Birmingham Legion on top by a goal against Indy 11. We're trying to secure top of the table against New York Red Bulls too. First touch for Newton in this second half. The man who made 20 starts for FC Cincinnati a year ago before coming over to Indianapolis. First touch of the second half for Pasher. His pace, such a big factor for Indy 11 in that first half. Can he continue to create chances up front? Indy 11 resume their pressure. Legion trying to play out of it with Arevo.
These first couple of minutes really important. You wonder what changes Indy might have made or what change in tactics they might make that throw you off and create chances.
Pasher with an opportunity. Van Oekel has his near post covered.
Matthew Laurent 1v1 with maybe the quickest player in the league. Did a nice job of forcing him to one side and then not overcommitting. He knew that Pasher was going to get the shot off, but he made it predictable. Van Oekel knew it could only go to the near post, and he was there to make the save.
Pasher has a team-high 10 goals this year. 8 of those have come off that left foot. His first shot of the second half yields Indy 11 an early corner. Ayoze to deliver it. It's a dangerous ball, and it sails all the way through somehow. Still an opportunity for Indy 11 with numbers forward. Barrett with a left-footed service. It gets all the way through again, as this one will just be a goal kick. 2 services that look dangerous, but Indy 11 couldn't find anybody on the end of either one.
Both these teams only have a couple of really big players on the field tonight. Hackshaw being the biggest for Indy 11. Clearly the target on that last ball, just missed him.
Van Oekel pushes his numbers forward as Birmingham Legion are set to restart play. Fans, the USL has unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy as Mathieu Laurent with some fine individual defending there.
Did really well to beat Navoa to that ball. Indy have played a couple balls over the top. Each time Laurent has got there.
Speaking of Laurent, he provides the block there. Ayoze towards the back post. It's flicked towards Van Oekel, who has plenty of time to run onto it. Van Vogel looking over the top a bit too far for Brian Wright.
He out-kicked the coverage on that one. Got about 70, 75 yards in the air.
Indy pushing forward fairly aggressively to open up this second half, trying to regain control of this match. Pasher tried to get around Laurent. Both men go down, and the referee does blow his whistle and points for a free kick for Legion. And Laurent remains down, holding his right knee.
Yeah. Referee's got this one right. Indy 11 are going to go crazy, but Laurent got the ball first, and then he got hit, and he went down in pain right away.
Laurent goes down immediately, holding his right knee as we get a second look.
Both men really had their foot on the ball.
Referee trying to explain his decision to Ilya Illich, as well as the Indy 11 bench. But Laurent remains down, holding that right knee, and appears to be in considerable pain. Legion have already lost one man tonight. They lost their captain, Mikey Lopez, less than a quarter hour in, as his face was bloodied after a set-piece opportunity in the box. Legion may be forced into yet another change due to injury.
If Laurent has to come off, this will be a really big loss for Legion. He's been their best defender the last couple of months. He's also their best in the air, and he's got great pace, which tonight has been tested already several times by Pasher. They're signaling that they're going to have to make a change, so I think we're going to see Kyle Fisher come in, and Laurent, who is up, walks off.
Another tough break for Birmingham Legion. Mathieu Laurent, a man who played his college soccer right here in Birmingham at UAB, two-time all-conference selection, has made 24 starts, and this is rookie season. Has been such a key piece of what Legion have been able to do defensively. Second time tonight, Legion are forced to make a change, as it looks like that'll be all for Laurent tonight. Kyle Fisher is set to check in with the fourth official.
The fact that they've made the change without even giving him the chance to walk it off tells you that they think it's more than just a knock.
Legion will play down a man just for a moment until the next stoppage in play that'll allow Fisher to come on. But Laurent bypasses the bench and will head straight to the Legion locker room, as Legion have lost a second body.
The referee did not allow the substitution to occur on that stoppage. I'm not sure why.
Interesting decision there as Indy 11 try to take advantage up a man. Pasher pushes it out wide for Perea. Gets it back to him. Pasher under pressure, couldn't quite turn against Cromwell. Perea wants to take the throw quickly, and now the referee will halt play and allow Fisher to sprint on. And Legion can regain their four-man back line.
Substitution in the 53rd minute. Number 3,
So less than an hour in, Legion have been forced into two changes due to injury.
22,
As Fisher comes on, the former ACC Defender of the Year. Wright taken down from behind, that's a foul, and it's likely our first booking of the night. And it's straight red. Drew Connor can't believe it as he clawed through the back of the leg of Brian Wright. Our referee has shown him straight red, and Indy 11 are down to 10 men for the remaining half hour plus.
Maybe more importantly, the trainer's coming on again to take a look at Brian Wright.
Second look at it here. Certainly a dangerous challenge from behind. Whether it warrants a straight red card, maybe another matter.
Well, he's arguing that he got the ball, but when you come from behind and studs up, and just moments after another tackle had led to a player getting carried off, you got to know you're taking a big risk.
So Connor's night will come to a close as Patty Barrett continues to have words with the official, Greg Dopka. Just the third red card Dopka has given out this year. And I don't believe anyone had been booked up to this point tonight, but it was straight red, no hesitation, as Connor will be forced to make the long walk across.
Game has been a pretty fair game with both teams playing hard, but not a lot of heavy tackles, not a lot of dangerous situations. The referee has not had to go to his pocket the whole night, but he was put in a situation where he had to make a tough decision. This one happened to go the way of Legion FC, but Indy needed to be smarter than they were. When you tackle from behind, his feet were raised, his studs were up, you give that official the opportunity to make that call. You can argue it all you want, but you're the one that tackled from behind with studs up, put yourself in that position.
So Connor is done. Coach Martin Rennie can't believe it. He's had words with the fourth official a good chunk of the night. And another decision goes against his club as Connor walks off and referee waits to start play until Connor makes his way closer to the dressing room. So Indy 11 down a man for the remaining 35 minutes and change. And my, how that changes the complexion of this contest.
That's a big change. Connor's a very experienced player. He's known for being a real sportsman. He's not a dirty player. He's not a guy who picks up a lot of cards. He just made a mistake, put himself in a position where the referee had to make a decision, and this one went against him.
Pasher runs it down against Fisher in the corner, taken off it by Ward, but wins the throw. So how do Indy 11 adjust tactically, now down a man for the remainder of the contest? Hack shot towards the back post. It got to Perea. Perea couldn't get the shot off against Culbertson. And Cromwell provides the finishing support.
Cromwell did really well to get across and help out. That was a dangerous situation. Indy have lost a man, but they haven't lost their fighting spirit, and they're going to go for it. They've got no choice. I think they'll take a player off in midfield, or they've already lost one in midfield, so they'll just play with 4 in midfield and leave the 2 up top.
Would imagine Indy 11 will make a change sooner rather than later. We'll see what that change will be from head coach Martin Rennie.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Dane Kelly come in. He's got blazing pace. He's a great finisher. He's the leading scorer in the history of the league. Playing with him up top, perhaps by himself, but if paired with Pasher, you got 2 real rockets up there together. They can create danger by themselves.
Indy 11 even down a man, still with quite a bit of possession here early in the second half. Illich couldn't quite turn. Siadu finds Johnson. Johnson pushing forward, beat 1 man, gets around to second, holds off a third and finds Avila in space. Avila has right awaiting a cross. Avila's cross deflected out. Good play by Gibson to find the cross of Avila.
Indy 11 did really well to get back and defend.
And now they can push forward. Pasher nearly a 1-man attack. An excellent dummy, and now he's in. Just needs some support. Pasher against Fisher, and Fisher plays it over the inline for a corner.
Fisher did well to get back and defend. That's the real danger here. Pasher's got so much pace. Fisher's a great defender, but he doesn't have the same pace as Pasher. But he did well to get back that time.
Second corner of the second half for Indy 11. And Mike, it looks like you were spot on about bringing on another attacker. It does indeed look like Kelly is going to be the first change of the evening for Indy 11. Ayoze to provide the service on this corner. And it's headed down off the post. Man goes down in the box, referee having none out of it, but Indy 11 so close to leveling this contest.
Really good header, got up high, snapped it down. For Indy 11, unfortunately, bounces off the post and out.
An absolutely golden opportunity goes wanting. Well delivered ball by Ayose. The 11 can't cash in. What a huge goal that would have been, down a man to level the scoreline. And a stoppage here as Indy will use this moment to make their first change of the night.
Illich is coming off. He really hasn't had a big impact in this game.
It's a double change for Indy 11. Ilya Illich is off. Kenny Walker is on, a 30-year-old from the University of Louisville. And Dane Kelly will make his way on as well, as Novoa gives away to Kelly. So each side has made 2 changes. Legion 2 due to injury, Indy 11 2 to their own accord as they play now down a man.
Very few teams have the luxury of bringing on a player with Kelly's speed, his finishing ability, his experience. He's truly a class player. By himself can change a game.
That's what Indy 11 are hoping for here. As Van Okel sends it away. An hour gone, a half hour to play for the Magic City tonight. As Hawkshaw clatters into that challenge, Cromwell heads it all the way back to Van Okel. Fans, when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and don't always have time to cook healthy meals, many evenings keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with MealFit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. MealFit makes life easier and healthier, and with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about MealFit and order online at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Ward into the central part of the park from his fullback position. Kasim turned without the ball, but now finds Culbertson. Wright sinks back in for a touch and connects with Ward. Ward stays central. Now out wide for Avila.
Legion doing a nice job of keeping some possession, moving the ball from side to side. Try to kill off a little bit of the energy in this game. Indy 11 feel a little hard done by the referee. Then they hit one off the post. Their energy level was very high. Legion are making them work now.
Tyler Gibson whistled for that shove as Avila went down. Legion opts to restart play quickly. Johnson turned right back into the traffic as Gibson is whistled for another foul.
Keeping possession, moving the ball around, making the 11 work hard when they're a man down will make a big difference. Obviously, finding a second goal can really kill this game off as well. Those are the real 2 keys for Legion FC right now. Keep the possession, move the ball, find a second goal. If you get those 2 things done, you walk out of here with all 3 points.
Ward tried to thread it through to Aravo, couldn't quite get it to him. Legion had bodies forward, now everyone retreats. Aravo, lovely pass, almost got it through to Avila.
An immediate pressure, Legion win it right back. Really well done again.
Johnson pushing forward, out wide for Culbertson. Bodies waiting in the box as Culbertson crosses block. And Walker hooves it in the direction of Kelly. Cromwell got there first.
Great tackle. Razak Cromwell had to win that ball. It was 2-on-2. If he doesn't win that, Indy are running straight at the goal.
Cromwell, the 24-year-old from Ghana, has played well in central defense tonight. Although not his natural position, he plays more as a fullback and a midfielder early on in the year, but most of his recent opportunities have come as a center half. Shaw under pressure, out wide for Ayose. Here's Walker. Lovely switch all the way across to Perea. Pasher, edge of the area. Osmond. Asiadu with the interception. The good work from Legion's defense continues. 64th minute, Legion still lead by 1. Indy 11, down a man, down a goal. About 10 minutes ago, had an excellent opportunity off a corner that went off the left post. Otherwise, we'd be knotted at 1.
You're up a goal and you're up a man, but it doesn't feel comfortable at all. Indy 11 are so dangerous. They've got so many skillful attacking players and so much pace. You know that at any moment things can change. Legion have got to find a way to both keep the ball and be dangerous themselves. They can't just sit back and let the 11 come at them.
65th minute. Barrett trying to pick out a pass over the top of the defense. Kelly couldn't quite bring it down. Culbertson gives it away. Opportunity for Indy 11. Pereira's shot is deflected out.
Good block from Razak Cromwell on that.
Another opportunity at the corner flag for Indy 11. Fans, don't forget Legion FC continue their playoff push at BBVA Field on Saturday, October 5th against Charleston Battery, and a game presented by Comfort Care. Kickoff is at 7, but Plaza festivities begin at 5:30 with Wizardry Night, fun and games. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. That's Saturday, October 5th. Birmingham Legion against Charleston Battery. Another decent delivery. Fisher heads this one away, but only as far as a white shirt. Walker finds Barrett. Barrett wins the corner off of Johnson. Heady play by the captain.
Another dangerous set piece opportunity. Jose Perez serves such good balls in. Although it looks like he's not going to get the chance to serve this one.
Looks like this is going to be Walker, the 30-year-old and former draft pick by LA Galaxy. He has a team-high 4 assists so far this year, does Walker. As Van Oekel comes up with a two-handed punch there. Indy still with numbers forward. They lofted back that direction. Ward wins the aerial duel against Hackshaw. Now sends it away a second time. Jose brings it down. Trying to find Pasher over the top. Pasher had the flag go up against him. He was offside.
Those balls into the corner are dangerous. Pasher has so much pace and he's got the skill to bring them down. Fortunately for Legion, he was just a step behind the defense when the ball was played to him.
Fans, Birmingham Legion FC entrust the care of its athletes to UAB Sports Medicine Team, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help you get back to your active lifestyle. Wright holding off Hackshaw. Asiadu to Aravo. Flag stays down. Aravo couldn't quite get through Barrett. The drums across the way continue to beat for the Magic City Brigade, the supporters section for Birmingham Legion. They've been a happy bunch tonight.
They've been a loud bunch tonight, and it really does matter. It makes a difference. Both teams are getting tired. It's the third game in 8 days for Legion FC. Having that energy coming out of the crowd, that noise that keeps you pumped up and excited, really can be the difference in a game like this.
You don't have to tell Indy 11 supporters matter. 11 come into the night with 23 matches unbeaten in front of the Brickyard Battalion back in the Hoosier State. Lovely ball there from Ward to free Brian Wright. Right into the area. Wright still with it against Hackshaw. His cross finds nobody but the gloves of Newton.
Brian had a chance early to hit that ball first time. He took an extra touch, and then he got bumped and just couldn't find his feet to get the shot off. Good defending in the end from Indy 11.
Fisher holds off Pasher, and a whistle given as Pasher gave him a little bump in the back.
a really good battle so far from Fisher and Pasher. A little bit different types of players. Fisher, very smart, very experienced, reads the game so well. Pasher, of course, lightning fast. So far, it's been a pretty good standoff.
Both men with excellent pedigrees. Kyle Fisher with over 20 appearances in MLS with Montreal Impact. Pasher grew up in the Newcastle United Academy across the pond. Just a little over 20 minutes left in this contest tonight. Fans, don't forget there's only one place where you can choose what kit Birmingham Legion FC will wear in their last game of the season. That's the Legion FC app. Download it today on both iOS and Android platforms. The Legion FC app, the only place you can vote on which kit Birmingham Legion FC will wear in their last contest of 2019. Asiadu comes up with a play, and still Asiadu pushing forward. Now opts for some support and holds it up for Johnson. And Mike, at this point, up a goal, up a man for Legion. This type of possession is just as good as anything.
I think it's really important. They've got to keep control of the game. They don't want it to become too much end-to-end.
Giveaway here and a chance for Indy to spring forward. Here's Pasher. Pasher 1v1 against Fisher. Gets it to his left. Can't quite clear the corner, though, as Cromwell sends it away.
Great help initially from Avila getting back.
That's a shot that doesn't trouble Van Oekel.
Helping take away the left foot of Pasher, forcing him to his right. Cromwell ended up winning the ball.
Not a bad strike there from Osman, but in the end, not quite on frame, and Van Oekel had it covered.
I'm not sure if Van Oekel's made a true save tonight. He's had a couple balls he's come out for. He's punched away some crosses. He's had one hit off his post, but I don't remember his actual save from a shot so far in this match.
I think he had a 1 in the second half against a shot from Pasher. That was early on in the second half.
Either way, it's been one of his more quiet nights in terms of actual saves. There have been some dangerous moments, certainly a couple of corner kicks that were very dangerous for Indy 11.
Prosper Kasim with time and space up the left wing. His low ball delivery is intercepted by Barrett. Indy just been under so much pressure in their own half, and they give it away again.
They worked so hard after the red card for about 10 or 15 minutes trying to get up and down the field and make it an end-to-end game. But Indy does look like they've lost a little bit of that energy.
Each side still has one change still to make as Gibson clatters into the back of Arivo. And has some words for Arivo afterwards. And that's going to draw a talking to from the referee, Greg Dopka.
Tom Sohn has just passed a note to Eric Avila, literally handed him a piece of paper. I'm guessing that he's made some type of change to the formation, trying to lock this game down for the last 20 minutes.
Avila talking to Johnson and Kasim. The Legion midfield trying to get on the same page here.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Zach Arivo come play a little bit deeper, play with two side-by-side defensive midfielders.
We'll see if that is indeed the change that's been made as Arivo does sink back deep to receive this pass from Van Oekel. Indy 11 still trying to press in their attacking half, even down a man. Van Oekel under a bit of pressure, and Pasher nearly able to force a big mistake there. He does win a throw for Indy 11.
Not sure why Van Oekel chose to take a touch there. He needed to just clear that ball out.
Legion still trying to play out from under this Indy pressure. Not quite out of it yet. Arivo under pressure, he gives it away. Ward with a nice tackle to win it back. by Hackshaw. He and Barrett have paired well tonight, but Barrett gives it away there.
I'm going to tell you the funniest thing that I'm seeing right now, the change that I think Legion have made is they've pushed Prosper Kasim up to be a striker instead of a midfielder. They're going to play with 2 center forwards and 4 in midfield.
Aravo goes down, and he looks to be cramping a bit, and that's what the latest stoppage is about.
So classic tactics would tell you, bring an extra player back, defend with more people. But I think Legion are making the opposite choice, play with a second forward, and then make Indy 11 make a choice. Do they keep going forward and leave themselves exposed and they're a man short? Or do they hold extra players back to stop Prosper Kasim, and now they don't have as many players to send into the attack? So it's an interesting tactic, a little bit unusual, but they do have the man advantage, and so maybe it's a move that'll pay off.
Looks like every player on the pitch is pleased with the stoppage here from Arabo. Everyone with a chance to catch their breath, especially an Indy side that has covered quite a bit of ground since the red card early in the second half. Did see Mikey Lopez down on the Birmingham Legion touchline with his head wrapped up. Good to see him on his feet and at least out and watching the rest of this contest.
Birmingham Legion FC substitution in the 75th minute. Number 17, Gail Mabiala.
Looks like Birmingham Legion will use this opportunity to make their third and final change as Aravo's night will come to a close, and it's Gail Mabiala who comes on for him. Another former UAB Blazer.
Zach Aravo came into this game with a little bit of a knock from the last game. I don't know if it was a hip flexor or something similar, but he may have just given out 70 minutes back-to-back games, maybe all that his body could handle tonight.
So it'll be 10v10 for a moment until Mabiala will be allowed in, as Wright almost got down the end line. Less than a quarter hour left, as now the change will be allowed to officially be made. Mabiala comes in, the 25-year-old. He makes his 7th substitute appearance of the year, his 2nd of the week. Avila with room to turn. Avila holds off a man. Avila still pushing forward. Avila out wide for Kasim. Kasim on his left couldn't quite pull the trigger. As Barrett sends it back the other direction. Pasher trying to run onto it and once again wins the foot race against Fisher.
He's going to win that foot race every time, but Kyle Fisher doing a really nice job at just holding him up and forcing him to play backwards.
Asiadu with a tough challenge, and I believe that's going to draw a yellow card caution. It will. Asiadu missed Tuesday's contest against Nashville due to yellow card accumulation, and that would be number 6 on his docket this year.
Number 6.
We've had a straight red card tonight. That's our first yellow, and it comes here in the 77th minute.
He just got beat with a good move, but he did hit the man, and with all of the yelling and screaming from the Indy 11 bench, I think the referee felt pressure to do more than just blow his whistle.
And he played the set piece opportunity short. Van Okel wraps it up nicely. Not too troubled by that cross from Pasher.
Not at all. Handled it nice and clean, then laid down on the ground to waste a couple more seconds.
Fans, with just weeks remaining, the pressure is officially on. Tune into ESPN3 on October 2nd at 8 o'clock as El Paso Locomotive look to secure one of the final playoff spots, while Fresno FC has its sights set on hosting some playoff games. It's Locomotive FC and the Foxes October 2nd at 8 o'clock for Wednesday Night Soccer on ESPN3. Asiadu with some lovely ball skills there, and he's rewarded with a whistle and a foul.
A couple moments ago, we saw Legion bring on Gael Mabiala. He's got lightning pace. He's playing far out on the right side here. They're looking to get him 1v1, opportunity to run at people.
Tries to get around Hackshaw, couldn't quite get around him. Nabiel Hackshaw has had a pretty solid night tonight, the 23-year-old from Trinidad and Tobago. He's made 11 caps for the national team of TNT. Long run for Kelly, but he's able to get there. As Indy 11 gradually bring more white shirts forward. Flag goes up. Kelly was offside. Sloppy play there.
Gives Legion FC a couple seconds to catch their breath, push everybody forward, let some time tick off the clock. But they've got to find a way to get back into possession and move the ball and make this Indy 11 side chase them a little bit more.
Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. USL is excited to announce the championship and League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Yetman. Been a good one tonight for the Magic City. We thought we'd be in for a hard-fought match. Indy 11 pushing for that top spot in the Eastern Conference. Birmingham Legion trying to find just a bit of space at the bottom of the table for that final playoff spot, holding off Charleston Battery.
This will be a big 3 points if they can hold out tonight.
No doubt about it. We mentioned near the top of the broadcast, coming into the evening, Birmingham Legion's playoff chances stood right about 50-50 as Wright goes down with a tough challenge. Referee turns the other way. Indy 11 with a chance to attack, but not anymore after the giveaway from Pasher. Here comes Asiadu. Asiadu with black jerseys bombing forward. He's got Mabiala to his right and finds him. Mabiala lets one go right at the gloves of Newton.
That shot was right at Newton, but Mabiala hit that really well. It jumped off his foot. I think it surprised Newton with how quick it came at him.
Second look at the right-footed effort.
He hit it dead center, no spin at all on the ball.
Daniel Johnson with the interception in midfield and now pushes out to the near side for space, and Mabiala once more. Kasim with room to turn. Kasim lets it go.
Legion are definitely creating some opportunities. A couple of shots in just the last minute.
82nd minute from Birmingham. Indy 11 with one final change to make. What will it be? Still trailing by 1. And certainly with tired legs at this point, having played down a man for a considerable amount of time.
They've been playing down a man. They're also playing on a really big field in some pretty warm weather. Even though it feels nice and cool for the Legion players, I'm sure this is warmer than the 11 are used to. They play most of their matches in a dome stadium with air conditioning.
Ward tried to chip it into the area, couldn't find Kasim. His second service almost found Wright as Newton and Wright clashed in the box. Good to see everybody okay as Newton wasted no time getting to his feet.
Newton did really well to hold that ball, got right back up, didn't try to play for the foul or anything else, just got up and put the ball in play. Great attitude.
Indy 11 look like they're prepared to make their third and final change at the next stoppage. Good ball frees Pasher. Pasher with a left-footed service. It's dangerous, but goes all the way through.
Really difficult ball driven all the way across the box. Scary moment.
Osmond, his left-footed service, finds only the head of Gail Mabiala. Now Legion with a counter-attacking chance if they want it. Mabiala tried to split the defenders, taken down by Ayoze. Referee thought for a moment he might book Ayoze, and now he does.
And he should. It was a great play from Mabiala, split the two defenders. It was going to be a 3-on-2 as he ran at the defense. Ayoze knew that he either took the man down or he let them score the goal, and so he took the yellow card. Good professional foul.
Garcia.
So Iose is booked as Indy 11 make their third and final change. First, second glance at the challenge there. Credit to Iose, he knew it. Mabiala trying to play through to Wright, who is in an offside position. Indy 11 change is Eugene Starkov, 30-year-old from Ukraine.
Number 26, Nicholas Pereira.
Comes on for Nico Pereira. Lovely 1-2 combination there. Kelly is free. But Walker couldn't quite find him.
Not a good touch from Walker. You can see what he wanted to do, played in behind the defense. He just didn't hit it very well, and it ran all the way to Van Oekel.
Van Oekel taking his time before restarting play. 85th minutes. Indy 11 have played down a man since the 53rd. They've been down that one goal since the 39th. It's been a tough night through and through, for the most part, for the visitors, who had one golden opportunity off a corner earlier on in the half. Glance off the post. But still a chance to salvage a result on the road here in the dying stages of the game. Walker trying to play the switch across. Barrett under pressure, finds Hackshaw. Hackshaw out wide for Pasher. Pasher with a low delivery, blocked by Ward. Starkov's touch a bit heavy. Avila sends it well away from danger.
Legion have played a nearly perfect match tonight up against the top team in the Eastern Conference. They've created chances, they've scored the goal that they needed, they've defended really well, but there's still 5 minutes left in this match, and you feel like every time the Indy 11 have the ball that they're dangerous with it and something could happen.
Certainly too much attacking firepower on the field for Indy 11 to count them out just yet.
Pasher and Kelly scare me. And Iose Perez has really had a nothing night. He's not been very involved, but you know he's got that skill and that vision that in one moment he could change this game with a pass.
Lovely ball over the top delivered by Avila, and Culbertson is free. It's still Culbertson pushing forward. Culbertson centers it and couldn't find Wright. Well done by Hackshaw. Otherwise, that was surely the dagger.
Hackshaw read it really well. Culbertson just 9 or 10 yards from goal, probably needed to take the shot on, but you've got a defender, and he's looking at his center forward and decided to give it up and be unselfish, but I think he needed to just let that one rip.
Culbertson with a wry smile on his face that you could see on the replay. We'll see if Johnson does serve this in the box. He serves it to the top of the area. Starkov heads it only as far as Avila. Avila with pressure supplied from behind. Out wide, Mabiala flicks it for Asiadu. Asiadu to the back post. Fisher. Only to the feet of Barrett. Now Indy 11 with a chance to push the other way. Cromwell with the interception cuts that opportunity out. Kasim to Asiadu. Asiadu dancing. Back to Kasim. Kasim just wide of the near post.
Another really good opportunity for Legion FC. That time Kasim hit the ball extremely well. Just pushed it past the post.
Not a bad look at all from the Ghanaian. He's got another opportunity on the ball here. Plays in right. Right. Taken down from behind. Referee not having it.
I don't think Legion are going to get any of those soft calls the rest of the way.
Walker couldn't quite thread it through to Starkov. And Van Oekel will wait until pressure to pick it up. 39th minute. Legion still cling to a 1-0 advantage. Trying to see this one out.
This game has gone Legion's way. The last 10 minutes has been all Legion in terms of creating chances, but they know from Tuesday night that it just takes one moment. What a great touch right there.
Sheesh.
Holy cow, Barrett bringing that ball down out of the sky over his shoulder and then gives it away to Mabiala.
Here comes Mabiala, 1v1 against Hackshaw. Mabiala, another right-footed shot at Newton.
Legion learned a tough lesson. It's never over till it's over last Tuesday.
Kelly was almost through on that long ball. Surrender Cobra proposed from him as he tried to find a way to get on the end of it. Legion were scored on by Nashville on Tuesday in the 93rd minute. Thought they had a point taken away from the Music City. It was stolen from them at the gasp of the contest. The 93rd minute of a 94-minute match. Nashville SC took all 3 points away from Legion. Legion trying to take all 3 points from Indy 11 tonight, return the favor after a 3-0 defeat. Birmingham suffered up in Indianapolis a couple of months prior. Trying to look for the dagger, Asiadu threads it through to Johnson. Johnson with numbers forward. Johnson cuts it in on his right, still Daniel Johnson, centers it for Kasim!
Wow, another great opportunity. Ball played perfectly to the left foot of Prosper Kasim. Somehow he just pushed it wide of the post.
Indy 11 not dead yet, and they've got 7 minutes of stoppage time indicated by our 4th official. Our stoppage time tonight brought to you by UAB Medicine. What an opportunity there for Kasim that goes wanting.
7 minutes is about as many minutes as I've ever seen go off for stoppage time, but we've had a couple of injuries, a red card, a yellow card. Legion's job is not done yet.
Kelly on the turn. Kelly with a left-footed shot.
One more chance. Hey, one more chance. One more chance.
I thought that might be Indy 11's opportunity. Kelly got the ball into his feet, beat his man on the turn, really quick turn, and then somehow managed to sky the shot.
One of the most prolific goal scorers in USL history with a chance that he couldn't quite convert. And if that's one thing that has frustrated Indy 11 fans so far this year, it's been converting chances like those. Indy 11, they've created a bunch of opportunities. It's been converting a higher percentage of them that has evaded them for large parts of this 2019 season.
They need one now.
6 shots for Indy 11 tonight, just 1 has been on target and troubled Van Oekel. Still 5.5 minutes minimum left in this one tonight. Legion trying to see it out, and what a massive 3 points this would be for Birmingham in their playoff push. Kasim turns, can he get it to right? Kasim will take it himself. It's Kasim! A third opportunity goes by the wayside.
2 versus 1. The defender stayed in between, so Kasim did the right thing and took it himself. But that's 3 shots in the last 2 minutes, and he hasn't hit the target with any of them.
Poor Prosper Kasim. On the other end, Pasher couldn't quite bring that long ball down.
Still got almost 5 minutes of stoppage time left to play.
Seems like there will be at least a couple more chances to be had yet in this one.
Both coaches are going to go a little bit grayer tonight. They both are seeing their teams have chances, think that they've got the goal. Somehow nobody's been able to find the net in the second half.
Late whistle there as Johnson was brought to ground, and Legion will take their time before restarting play.
This is now where Legion needs to be smart, find a way to move the ball side to side, keep possession, stop turning it over in the middle of the field.
Might want to deliver that message to Anderson Asiadu there. Kasim is in, and the flag stays down. Kasim for the dagger, and once again, Newton comes up with a stop. Prosper Kasim must feel snake bit.
Prosper Kasim is the leading scorer on this team. He's the man who's been finding goals almost at will throughout the season. Tonight, he could have had 3 or 4 and hasn't managed to find the net once.
The team leader in chances created just has not been able to finish one of these golden opportunities and find goal number 7 on his 2019 season.
Legion have a corner kick. They have 0 players in the box. They're going to keep this ball in the corner as long as they can. They've got 8 guys back defending, just 2 up. And they just want to kill as many minutes as they can here.
Wright won another corner as we've entered our 95th minute of the contest tonight. And this will now finally be a goal kick. Chance for Indy 11 to push forward once more. Good play by Ward to come up with the interception. Asiadu trying to hold off the much larger Hackshaw. And he threads it through to Kasim. Kasim has been the point man in the second half. Here's Wright. Wright to his left. Right at the 2 gloves of Newton. Johnson opted not to follow up with a second shot. Instead, dribbles away from the scoring area and opts to bleed the clock a little further. Now he gets it back from Wright. Johnson in for Kasim. Flag stays down. Kasim can't finish. Wright's on it. Poor Prosper Kasim, man. It has been a tough night for number 10 in black as Wright goes down near the corner flag, and it is another corner for Birmingham Legion.
Prosper Kasim is going to feel like he's had a bad night because he can't finish these chances, and he literally could have had 5 goals in the last 5 minutes. But he's had a really good match, and he's worked hard. He's been dangerous. He's defended well when called upon. Finishing has avoided him somehow tonight. But if Legion come away with all 3 points, he'll find a way to deal with it.
Can Indy 11 create one more opportunity here late in stoppage time as we enter our 97th minute tonight? Starikov, a round 1 defender. Can't quite get around Avila. As Cromwell sends it back towards the midway line. Cromwell with a second intervention. Kasim has Johnson off and running. Opts to keep it on his feet instead and play out wide to the direction of Mabiala. Mabiala with ample time and space. Ward running with him. Do Legion even enter the penalty area, or they opt to try to keep possession? Seems like the latter for the moment. As Hackshaw heads it out of play.
Good decision from Mabiala to come back and keep possession and not force it forward. Played it back to Hakeem Ward, who did the same thing. Ball goes out for a throw-in, and they can kill off the rest of this game right here.
Indy perhaps with one more chance as Walker sends it forward. Fisher finds Asiadu. We're into our 98th minute, and there's the final whistle. Full time for the Magic City. Birmingham Legion spring the upset on Indy 11, and an ample, massive 3 points for the home side as they continue their playoff push. What a performance from the black and gold, and it's job well done for Birmingham Legion. The crowd certainly appreciates it.
Crowd really letting these players know what they think of the performance tonight. These guys worked incredibly hard. They came in with a game plan. You could see it right from the opening whistle. They performed very, very well. I don't think anybody can argue whether they deserved the win tonight. It's been a little bit of a costly win with 2 guys going down. Hopefully they'll both be okay and be back in action soon. But big 3 points, putting Legion back in solid contention for the playoffs.
Legion snap a 2-game losing skid with a big win here at home over Indy 11. by a final count of 1-0. Tough loss on the road for Indy 11 and a tough start to this 4-match road stretch for Indy, who will have to wait another day to take over sole possession of that #1 spot in the Eastern Conference. But the night belongs to the men in black and gold in front of their home crowd in the Magic City. Birmingham Legion get the job done. We'll wrap things up when we return.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
It's another clean sheet for that man, Matt Van Oekel. You think he's excited? Taking the supporters group flag and waving it around as Birmingham Legion pick up a massive 3 points in front of their home crowd. And there's that donut signal from Van Oekel. And Mike, Indy 11, they've been the better side most of 2019, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to find an argument against how Legion were not the better side tonight.
Legion played a great match. They had a great game plan coming in. They executed it perfectly. Outshot Indy 11 13-3. You really can't do much more than that. When your goalkeeper only has to make one save, odds are you're going to win the match.
Doubled up in the shots department. 7 times up in the shots on target department. Indy 11 had more of the ball, but certainly things changed when Birmingham Legion found the back of the net in the 39th minutes, and then changed even further when Drew Connor was shown straight red in the 53rd. It was going to be a long road back for Indy 11, and in the end it was a road they could not come back from as Birmingham Legion saw it out with a 1-0 victory tonight. Let's take a look at what each side has coming up. For Indy 11, this was just game 1 of 4 straight at home. They'll go to Atlanta, to Pittsburgh, and to Ottawa as the schedule condenses a bit for Indy 11, Mike. And if they want to host some rounds of the playoffs at home, this is a big stretch for them, certainly.
They've got some really important games coming up. 3 road games in a row. It's going to be a tough challenge, but this is a really good team with a lot of attacking weapons, and they certainly are capable of winning every one of the matches they've got.
Certainly, I would say so for this Indy 11 side. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, a big win here at home. They will go to Kansas to take on Swope Park Rangers before returning for a home match against Charleston Battery. And Mike, I'll circle that one. That might be the biggest match left for Legion on the schedule.
The next 3 are all really important matches. You got to beat the teams that are below you in the table. That's Swope Park, Charleston, and Hartford. So all 3 are big games. Charleston, of course, the team that's chasing them for that final playoff spot. That will be a double important game.
And with a win tonight, Legion do open up a bit of breathing space over Charleston Battery. They are now 4 points clear of the Battery for that 10th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. A big win for Birmingham Legion tonight by a final of 1-0 over Indy 11. That was the difference right there. The header from Brian Wright in the 39th minute gave Birmingham Legion all 3 points this evening. It was a fun one from BBVA Field. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. The copyright in this broadcast is owned by USL Productions LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of USL Productions is prohibited. For Mike Getman and our entire crew here at BBVA Field, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long for the Magic City. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.